everybody, this is Gilmer. This is episode 9 of my Let's Play of To End All Wars, which is an EJOD game that simulates World War I. And the last time I left you, we were actually attacking into Germany from northeast France and coming through Luxembourg and attacking into Bonn and Siegburg. I am besieging Essen, and actually if you look here, we took Frankfurt, and that gained us 3 victory points and 1 morale points, and that was the Catrian army, led by, and I'm going to stop calling him Delangle de Carry, it's just too long to pronounce. I'm just going to call him Delangle Carry. And so we took Frankfurt with Delangle Carry, and that is really all that has gone on so far at the end of last turn. We do have some forces here opposing the German armies here. I don't think this is von Bayern. I don't think he is going to attack across against the Troisième army, so I think we're okay there. Let's take a look at the rest of the world. We're still besieging Tsingtao. Eventually they will surrender to us, so I'm not too worried about that. In Basra, in southeast Ottoman Empire, we're besieging Basra, and actually Basra is completely and totally breached. The walls are. So I think I am actually going to assault. See if we can't take Basra. How strong are the troops that are defending in there? Let's see. Sometimes it's hard to cursor over and get the information that you want. I can't see who's actually in Basra, but I don't think they're very strong. So I'm going to go ahead and assault Basra. In Africa, really not much going on. The German army here in Southwest Africa is entrenching, and we're still trying to put down the Boer Rebellion. So that is that in South Africa. There's not much more to be done there. Let's take a look at the Middle East. Not much is going on here either. I am actually going to move this force up that's led by Charles H. Douglas, and just going to move him up, and I'm going to keep on pushing him up until we get to El Arish. Oh, I know why I pulled back, because that's not until 1916 that these railroad tracks are repaired if we control all of these regions. So I'm not going to pull him back. I am going to pull him back. I'm going to pull him back to Port Said. And then let's take a look at the diplomacy screen. Italy is at 77% alignment to the Entente, which is good. I think they will join very soon, maybe 6 months or so. Well, maybe even less than that, maybe 4 months. The United States is at 20% alignment, so it's going to be a pretty good while before they join. And let's take a look at the Western Front again. I have Lord Kitchener here, and I actually think I will move him up to Dusseldorf. And I didn't want to actually target that formation. I just wanted to move him up and attack anybody, targets of opportunity, and if they move out, I don't want him following them, because they might move somewhere where I don't really want to put him. I'm going to keep General French and the British Expeditionary Force here in Koblenz, and just kind of protect this crossroads at the crossing of the one river, two places, one river, two crossings, one river, and just hold down Koblenz for now, just in case von Below decides to attack north. Over here, we have some French forces. Let's move this French force to here. See what we can do with him. And actually, see, this is one thing. If you don't lock the army, sometimes when you're moving forces into a region, it will combine with your army. And so, as you can see, the force that I moved in here has combined with this army, and now he's way over the limit of his command point. So let's go ahead and take some of these guys out, because we do not want him to actually be too far over his limit. So now he's over by 8. So I guess I will take one of these and move him there. Let's see. We will combine him. And let's take a look here. Okay. I'm going to move this cavalry force out. I don't really think cavalry does very well in this game. I don't know if it did in real life or not, but in the game it doesn't do very well. And one thing I like to do is just take a look at some of this artwork. I know I had kind of criticized a little bit the artwork for the planes, but the artwork for some of these others are fantastic. Take a look at this detail of this French infantry unit. This is the second upgrade of infantry units, and I think we get this graphic when we took those that I forget what they call it, the Stoyer helmets or whatever they call them, but whatever it is, it upgraded this unit, and then it's using this graphic for the French infantry unit. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at Gallieni. I don't know anything about this guy, Joseph Gallieni, but look at that portrait. Man, he's got a nice mustache, huh? And let's take a look at Lord Kitchener. He's pretty cool looking as well. He's got an epic mustache and a little bit of a butt cut, but he's a pretty good general. And we're trying to build an army around him. One thing I will say is, as you might have noticed, I have extra troops down here, extra French troops, and I don't combine them with the British units, because there is a penalty for combining multinational forces together unless the commander actually has an ability that says that he commands multinational forces well, and I don't think Kitchener has it. He's an admirer commander, a British Indian commander. He could command Indian units and not have that penalty. And then he's by the book strategist, so he does not have a multinational ability. I think this guy does, but let's see, British and Indian commander. So that's all he has. Let's see who else that we could take a look at that might have this. I know that I thought that Allenby might have that ability. Let's see, British Commonwealth commander. So he can lead troops of British, South African, Canadian, Australian, or New Zealand nationality without penalty. So you see, some of these commanders have an ability that helps them lead multinational forces. I know that really this, when it says British Commonwealth, that's really just anything under the British flag. So he could command any of those. I don't know if we have any that can actually command English and French troops together with no penalty. I don't think that we do. There might be a French general that can do that. I'm not sure, but I don't know offhand if we have one that can do that. I wonder if Falk could do it, or I wonder if Joffrey might be able to do it. Let's see. Admired commander, strong disciplinarian, aggressive strategist. So not him. And then Falk is up here with Kessel now. So let's see what Falk has. No, Tactician of Elon, which is a pretty good ability, but no, he can't command multinational forces either. So it's a very rare ability. I don't really know if anybody can do it. I don't know if they actually mixed forces during World War One and had French and British troops being commanded by either a British or a French troop all mixed together. I think they kept them fairly separate. And so let's take a look at a couple other things before we end this turn. Let's take a look at the Grand Fleet. Power of 10,449. I guess it's time we can go ahead and take him out and see what trouble we can get him into. Let's go ahead and put him on a offensive posture, and also he has naval interception already selected, so that's good. We're going to move him up over here and just see if we can't possibly find the German fleet out running around and maybe force a confrontation with them. And then let's see what do the victory points look like. National morale is at 87% for the Central Powers. My national morale is 97%, and I say percent. I don't know if that's really a percent, but an Eastern Entente is at 107. So we're still doing very well. The Central Powers look like they're not doing well at all. So anyway, let's go ahead and some of my training has been done. I think I mentioned moving them in the last turn, so that's done. So let's proceed to the next turn. And this game is actually going fairly easily for me, I guess. And I actually was thinking it might have been more fun for me to actually play a game where the Germans actually use the Schlieffen plan where they attack through Belgium. But it didn't happen this game, so I'm not doing it. I'm not going to restart at this point. But I do want to play a game at some point where they're actually attacking through Belgium and focusing on the Western Front, because that would be a lot harder for me in the sense that I would have to defend against the main German attack in World War One. Anyway, this turn seems to be executed fairly quickly. Come on, you can do it. Well, while we're waiting on this, I'll just say that one of the things that I'd like to do is do a couple of Let's Plays of other AJOT games. One of them is Revolution Under Siege, which is about the Russian front during World War One when they actually had a revolution, and the most of the battles happen in in Russia, and it's a lot. It's actually uses the AJOT engine, but I think it was actually produced by people other than the actual AJOT people, but people who are fans of the AJOT game. So it is a pretty interesting thing, and they just came out with Revolution Under Siege, the Gold edition, and I did upgrade my edition, so I think I'd like to do a Let's Play of Revolution Under Siege maybe next, or maybe Rise of Prussia. I have the gold edition of Rise of Prussia as well, and I'd like to do that as well. So we'll just see how that works out, because I am definitely interested in both of those games. Okay, let's see. Edward de Castelnau attacked in the Battle of Essen. He destroyed He actually destroyed the this airship squadron that had a lot of blimps, a lot of what are they? I can't. Oh, Zeppelins. It was a division of Zeppelins, and it destroyed it. Nice. And here we are taking Basra. We destroyed the Basra garrison, so we just took Basra. What else? I haven't turned off this battle thing again. Let's see. Kitchener is attacking Karl von Oven, and well, we'll just let the AI pick our battle plan. It's going to pick breakthrough deployment and cavalry breakthrough. I don't think he has any cavalry. Well, wait a minute. He has 3% of his forces are cavalry. That's kind of ridiculous, but we'll let him do it. We'll see. Oh, and they destroyed another aircraft squadron, which is pretty nice. Oh, look here. We're being attacked by Oscar von Hutier, and it's Edward de Castelnau is defending. Of course, he has a 4 offense, and we have a 1 defense, but maybe Kitchener down here will march to the sound of guns. We'll just see. Yep, Kitchener's in on this battle. He's a pretty good general, but I think his defense is not very good, but we should outnumber their forces pretty significantly. And as you can see, it's, yeah, British victory. Good deal. We lost 13,000 men and they lost 17,000 men. Not an overwhelming victory, but it was a victory. And as you can see, Herbert Kitchener did march to the sound of guns, and they had 173,000 total. And Oscar von Hutier was attacking with 75,000. Recipe for disaster for him. But they're starting to get a little worried about my incursion up here in northwestern Germany. They should be, because that's going to be the fulcrum wherewith I topple them over. I'm going to go into northern Germany and probably take all of this land all up here. So let's see. The uprising in South Africa is causing financial and civil unrest. Minus 50 victory points, minus 50 state funds, minus 1% alignment. Mata Hari. Mata Hari was a spy during World War I, and the game lets us, either one of us, either side, actually play this card. If I play it, I get Mata Hari, and I can move her around and have her spy on enemy troops. If they get her, it can do the same for her. So it just depends on who plays her first. For whatever reason, it's given me the choice, I guess, of being able to use her first. So I might do that, actually, just to keep them from getting her, really. Let's see. Anything? We gained Basra. We improved our entrenchment in the region of Dusseldorf. The Deuxième Army in region Berg-Gebier. I don't know. Either way, we're doing well there. Let's see. We captured an airbase unit. We captured an airbase unit. So we captured those units. We didn't just destroy them. We captured them. Which is pretty nice. And, yeah, let's just move it in here and make it part of the army. Why not? And, we're besieging Dusseldorf, and we actually captured an airbase up here as well. And I'll just move that into the Deuxième Army. and they're besieging Essen. And the thing about when you capture an enemy unit, what happens is you can still buy, I think you can still buy replacements for them, and it's under this common, or maybe you can, I don't know. I think this might just be for artillery and supply. I was thinking you could buy replacements for any of them, but either way, as long as they don't have it, it's better for me. So, and then Standish and Ian Standish and Hamilton has been congratulated for his actions against the enemy. Good, good for him. I wish somebody would be eligible for promotion very soon here, because I really want to get some more 3-star generals so I can start building some more troops or building more armies. Let's see. Let's do this. Combine this troop and see what we have here is we basically have a corps, but we have enough troops for more than a corps. So what I'm going to do is actually, he can't perform, he can, and he can. So these two guys can perform offensive actions. What they also could do is form a corps. So what I'm going to do is actually take 4 of these and move them into this guy's formation. And so see, now we have almost a full corps under him, and we can actually enable corps command for him. Do that. So now he's a horrible general. Look at that, 100. But it's still better for them to be under a corps instead of just being combined completely together. So what I'm going to do with this guy is the same thing. Actually, I don't want that. I want to do that. And let's just combine him. And let's see what kind of general he is. He's a 100 as well. Another horrible general. What the hell? I'm getting some pretty bad generals here. This guy's a good general, but he's all full up. Let's see if Gallieni has anybody that he can add to his forces. Yeah, there we go. Damn it! I just took those guys out because he was too full. So that's not very helpful. So let's just lock him, because he does not need to increase his forces at all. So let's move him up though. Get him out of the way and actually start putting him into offensive mode. I'm going to move him up to Bonn. And let's see. I can't really buy a lot of stuff because I don't really have a lot of war supplies. I use them all up. So let's see. France, Germany, Great Britain. There's a couple of those. France. We'll just leave them like they are. Let's take a look at Basra. See if they have any troops. Let's go ahead and place him on offensive. Take him off assault. So we've won Basra. Let's move him up. Now let's move him up too. And we'll move him into Basra. He's not active, so it's going to take him 2 turns to get to Basra, but we don't have anybody threatening us from Ash-Shalib or Nazariya so far, so we'll just move those guys up and see if we can't start advancing on some more of those cities. This guy is still inactive, and I don't really want to take him anywhere anyway, so let's see if there's anything we can do with historical actions. No historical. F9. Central powers are 86 morale. I'm at 96 morale, and that's both of those I think are from war weariness. As you can see, the Central powers combat power is actually more total than the Western Entente and Eastern Entente put together. We're at 194 and they're at 202. That's not good. We don't want them to get too powerful. So, what else do we want to do here? Have we looked at this turn? 77%, 21%. So this didn't move at all, which is kind of bad, but this one moved up 1%. Okay. Not very much else is going on. No troops were finished. Let's see. Dolenko Carey is still staying in Frankfurt. Okay. That's it. Not much happening again, I guess. So let's start this turn up and see what can happen in this turn. Well, and as I was saying, I want to do a let's play of Rise of Prussia, and Rise of Prussia is actually set during the time of Frederick the Great, which is pretty much the wars right before the 7 Years' War and then the 7 Years' War, and it takes part in mostly in Prussia and in modern day Germany and some of Poland. And what it is the rise of Prussia basically is self-explanatory. It's when Prussia started becoming a world power. During the 7 Years' War, they basically held off Russia, Austria, and France. And I don't know if Frederick the Great actually defeated every one of those countries, but he held them off enough so that after it was all over, he was considered a world power. So that is what Rise of Prussia is about. And the main figure in that story, obviously, is Frederick the Great. If I do a Let's Play, I will probably play from the side of Prussia and take Frederick the Great as the person I'm actually playing. And then Revolution Under Siege, I don't know as much about. I do know that it is, in the time of 1917, between I think 1917 and 1923, and some of the struggles that happened in Russia. Poland has some forces during that time. I think Germany has some forces during that time, and so it is just a game that is kind of shows how modern day Russia, or actually the Soviet Union, was formed, and obviously it's now Russia again. But it kind of shows how the Soviet Union was formed, how the Bolsheviks actually managed to take control of the country. And one of the things that, if you don't play the Bolsheviks, one of the things that you're tasked with doing is actually trying to defeat the Bolsheviks and not allow them to take over Russia. And then another side is obviously the Polish, and they're backing, I think, the nationalists or the white parties, something along those lines. But it's pretty fascinating. The the artwork is more realistic. Some of the pictures here is kind of more of a, I wouldn't say a cartoony, but it's more of a stylistic drawings of the generals. But the artwork in Revolution Under Siege is more almost like a picture of the actual person, and then they've taken pictures and converted them over into artwork inside the game. These are more like paintings, which are taken over into artwork and converted to the artwork of this game. Here we go. Kitchener is being attacked again by Karl von Oven, and we have the better forces, but his defensive power is 0. Of course, his offensive power is 1, so I don't think we're in too much trouble. I'm going to let the AI pick my battle plan. For some reason, it keeps taking cavalry breakthrough. 2% of my forces are cavalry, so it doesn't make any sense, but we outnumber them 3-1, 90,000 to 30,000. So we should be able to beat these guys back fairly easily. And now we have March to the Sounds of Guns, 163,000 against 85,000. We are almost 2 to 1 against them. We are entrenched and they are attacking us, so we should beat them fairly easily. British victory, we lost 10,000 troops, they lost 18,000, and what is the entrenched value? We had 100% ammunition. Um, we were supplied at 100%. Number of elements that were routed during the battle were 2. Number of prisoners taken 15. Not very. I don't think that's very many. No units had to retreat. No units received a trench bonus. That's kind of weird because my guys have been sitting there for a little while. I think they should be entrenched a little bit, but even so, they lost really 19,000, almost twice as much men as I did. And if you add in horses, it really was twice as much, I guess. And then they also lost 6 guns. We lost no guns, and we had 83 airplane participate in this battle. So yeah, all in all, we were set up to do pretty well against them. As I mentioned before, I don't know. Well, we have 2 divisions of cavalry. Big whoop. So anyway, that was a good win. We might have gotten a national morale point out of that. You never know. Okay, here we go. Durango Carry, 851. I don't know what's going on here. Are they attacking me at 70 with an estimated power of 73? That would be insanity, but I did move Durango Carry, so it has to be somebody attacking me. And as you can see, General French has taken over command of this battle, and he has marched to the sound of guns, MTSG, and yeah, we're winning fairly easily. As you can tell right now, troops are at, well, that's not good. We had troops march to the sound of guns, and then they retreated or something, and then they had troops march to the sound of guns. Okay, now we're back to 140,000, and they're down to 56,000, 55,000. So we're more than 2 to 1 against them, so we should win this battle pretty easily. Yep, this is going well with us. Now we outnumber them 4 to 1. So we should win this pretty. Yeah. Oh, that is a huge victory for us. This is probably the biggest victory that we've had so far. They lost more than twice as many troops as we did. And after this, we'll take a look at the results, see what happened, see how everybody's looking. Mata Hari is no longer valid because I didn't choose it, so then they took it. I'm pretty sure. So they have Mata Hari somewhere roaming around here. I don't really think that helps or hurts that much. I don't think it gives you that much of an advantage. I probably would have taken it if I remembered, but I didn't remember, so oh well. We are besieging Dusseldorf, but have achieved nothing. Central Powers retreated from Dusseldorf. We won a battle in Dusseldorf. 0 national morale gained. Oh well. But in Frankfurt, 2 national morale points were gained. This is that victory where I'm pretty sure, yep, they lost 63,000 men to our 28,000 men. That was a huge loss for them. Let's see. That's the only other thing. We had a few recon missions done, and then couple of garrisons received troops, no big deal. Not much there. Let's see what we have here. Joffrey, John P. French, Allenby was congratulated. Herbert Kitchener was congratulated. De Castelnau was congratulated. I can't believe none of these guys had been eligible for promotion yet. That's pretty wild. Oh well. What else has occurred? Don't see anything else that has occurred. Let's take a look down here. No troops from the Ottoman Empire have appeared yet, which is good. Let's look over here. No troops have really appeared over here. Let's look at South Africa. We're still trying to put down. We're still okay. So this should end in one turn, and that should end in one turn. So that's no big deal. That'll end, and we'll do okay there. Let's see what else. These two divisions made it. Let's just move them up. I could actually build an army around Joffrey. I think I will actually, because he can double as an actual army that takes offensive actions. So let's see. Is he locked? Let's see. Yes, he is locked. So let's unlock him, and then with these guys and join forces with him. Sankiam army. I don't know why he's. Oh, I know why. Let's add this force to Sankiam army and see. Let's see how he looks. Okay, so he's over by looks like 11. So let's take 2 of these out. Now let's see, 49 of 52. That's good. V force. Toisième army is 44 of 56. This corps could use another. We'll put that in, and then maybe we can do one more. So that's a full corps, yes. So we have a full corps there. This force and this force. We'll combine them, move them up, and let them join Joffrey as well. Wow, still takes 18 days to get there even by rail. Okay. I don't really want to move him up because I think he's kind of weak at this point. Yeah, he still needs to be filled out. We're going to move Gallieni up and put him there. And we're gonna take Gallieni with the reserve de Ministère, and we're gonna drive on Castle. Try to take it. See if we can't cause a little bit more upheaval. We're opposed up here by Der Goltz, but with March to the Sound of Guns, we have about 900 power. We can take him on fairly easy, and plus we have entrenchment. So we should do very well against him if he tries to attack us. Who is... Oh, never mind. There's nobody in Cologne. Alright. Well, hey, I think I'm going to finish this Let's Play episode. This is my episode 9 of my Let's Play To End All Wars. My name is Gilmer, and this is an AJUD title called To End All Wars, which I just said, but it simulates World War I. I am playing the Entente. We're doing pretty well. Let's take a look at victory points. Victory points there at 88, and I'm at 97. That's pretty... I guess what they did was they won a couple battles against the Eastern Entente. I won some battles against them, but I'm still doing pretty well. And yeah, that's the end of this Let's Play. Let's go ahead and stop it here. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.